Welcome back to the question box, the place where you can get your big spiritual questions answered. Please explain the transition from RE, or religious education, to faith formation. Please explain the transition from RE to faith formation. I would say in the last 15 or so years, there's been a language change where we stop referring to what we do with children and youth, our adult classes. We stop referring to them as religious education, and we started talking more about faith formation. The term faith formation has been around for a long, long time. I believe it started, from what I understand, it started with James Fowler back in the second half of the 20th century. And he had stages of faith formation that he believed people went through from the time they were born to the time they died. And so faith formation is a lifelong process where we are thinking about big spiritual questions, like we talk about on the question box, in different ways as we go through our faith development or faith formation. So religious education is a component of faith formation, but it is not all of faith formation. And faith formation encompasses a lot more than specifically religious education. There's a phrase or a saying from my colleague, Connie Goodbread. She says, faith formation is all we do. Unitarian Universalism is all we teach. And the congregation is the curriculum. And so when I think of faith formation, that's what I'm thinking of, all the ways that we come together to form our faith in community. How can I bring myself to love my neighbor who lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C.? That is a question that I think about and struggle with on a daily basis. And the answer I've come up with so far is I don't have to love my neighbor at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. There is a love bigger than me, bigger than anybody, any one person, an energy that I believe flows within, among, and around us that is big enough to hold the imperfections of even the most imperfect person. And that energy can love our neighbor at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We don't have to take on that big, expansive, and probably impossible task. What we can do is focus on loving ourselves, loving those around us, loving those we are in community with. But we don't have to love people or give care to people who threaten our actual existence or the existence of our loved ones. We can let that be the work of a love that is bigger than all of us together.